First of all, quite a few people have been coming down on me how I'm saying her name. MBOMA, MBOMA. I'm saying it both ways for everybody that has a problem with this. Hey man, it's just like tomatoes. If I say pass me the tomatoes, you're going to know that I meant tomatoes. It doesn't matter. Alright, so what we came to talk about today is her testosterone issues. Alright, stay tuned. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. This video is for the people who don't really understand what is going on. MBOMA won the 200 yesterday in the Brussels Diamond League. Shericka Jackson of Jamaica came second. There are a lot of Jamaicans that are saying she just ran against a guy, a male, because of her testosterone levels. So the real winner in that race is Shericka Jackson. I am going to break down the whole testosterone thing so you understand exactly what it is. Okay, so the complex testosterone regulations in track and field have become an issue again at the Olympics after Namibian teenager Christine MBOMA or MBOMA won a silver medal in the 200 meters after being banned from some other events because of her natural hormone levels. Natural hormone levels. MBOMA was one of the two 18-year-old Namibians who surprisingly qualified for the 200-meter finals in the Olympics. Her teammate, Beatrice Maselingi, is also affected by the same testosterone rules. Both girls from Namibia, both girls are affected by these testosterone rules because both girls' natural hormone levels carry this high level of testosterone. Alright? But their ban only applies to races between 400 meters and a mile, allowing them to run in the 200-meter event at the Olympics. This is how she was also in Brussels running at the 200 meters, which she just won, and Shericka Jackson of Jamaica came second. The same race everybody is talking about because Sha'Carri Richardson came in fourth, even though it's an improvement from her 9th place in the 100 meter where she was severely whooped. Both Namibian teenagers were barely known in the international track and field world until this year when they started running some extraordinarily fast times. That prompted governing bodies, World Athletics, to order them to be tested in the week before the Olympics. Can you imagine that? Nah, they just 18 years old. They just came out of nowhere. And they're running like this, these kinds of times, get them tested. This prompted the governing body World Athletics to order them tested the week before the Olympics. They were found to have natural testosterone levels that are higher than a limit that is set by the sports world for female athletes. Okay, understand that again. They were found to have natural testosterone levels that are higher than the limit that is set by the sports world. Not the limit that is out in the real world, not realistically, the limit that is set by the sports world for female athletes. They are the same rules that sideline the two-time Olympic 800-meter champion Caster Semenya. Now, you know, if you've seen Caster Semenya, you've seen her running, you've seen how she is built and her physical makeup, facial features and everything. A lot of people were saying that's a guy. That is not a female. But it is a female. Her testosterone levels were found to be natural. It was not steroid induced. It was found to be natural. However, the Olympics has their limit of what they consider natural testosterone levels for female athletes. Shout out to AP News for this one, taken from the Explainer in an article called What Exactly? Now, so what are the testosterone rules? Essentially, the rules are designed to deal with the dilemma presented by female athletes who are born with conditions that mean that their natural testosterone levels are much higher than a typical female range. World Athletics says that that's a problem because the high testosterone gives them an unfair athletic advantage over female athletes with more typical testosterone levels, all of which I think is BS. And the reason why I think it's BS is simply because this is how she was naturally born. She is 100% still a woman, carry all the reproductive organs of a woman, is able to have babies. She presents herself as a woman as she was created, and she looks and acts the part. So this whole testosterone level being higher, maybe this is a way to weed out a certain set of people because they are naturally more dominant than anybody else. Think about that. Okay, so the answer, according to the current rules, is to ban female athletes from certain events unless they agree to artificially lower their testosterone to a level set by World Athletics. That is crazy. Listen to that again. The answer to this issue, according to the current rules, is to ban female athletes from certain events unless they agree to artificially lower their testosterone to a level that is set by the World Athletics. It means if you want to compete in these big races, no matter how talented you are, if we test you and your natural testosterone level is above what we consider to be average, then you can A, be banned from performing, or you can B, take some medications or something that's invented in a lab for you to take to artificially lower your natural testosterone to the levels that we would like it to be, and then come and perform. Again, I think that is BS. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me if you think that's right. Now, that right there has caused controversy for many reasons, but the most emotive appears to be this. Track authorities are basically asking the athletes to artificially manipulate their natural hormone levels and change their natural physiology, effectively making themselves slower if they want to compete at major meets. That is crazy. How does it affect this Olympics? All right. MBOMA broke the 200-meter world record, under 20 world record, 3 times in 2 days at the Olympics, including in the finals. Think about that. She's 18. She broke the 200-meter world record, under 20 world record, 3 times in 2 days at the Olympics, including in the finals. Her ability to win a silver medal at her first Olympics at 18 years old, beating athletes like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Gabby Thomas, will undoubtedly provoke speculations regarding the advantages of her naturally high testosterone. The presence of MBOMA and Masalingi, which is her teammate from her same country, their presence might also cause discontent among other runners who may feel that they are unfairly at a disadvantage. There was a backlash from some athletes when Semenya was dominating the 800 meters a few years ago. On Tuesday, 2016, Olympic 400-meter champion Shawnee Miller Uibo questioned why world athletes kept MBOMA and Masalingi out of the 400 but not the 200. I have no comments on it. Miller said after finishing last in the 200-meter finals, the only thing is the ban. was for a few events. And I think everyone was trying to figure out why just a few events and not straight across the board. Just take them out of competition altogether. Fraser Price said, if they're allowed, there's nothing I can do about it. So Shellyan gave a diplomatic answer. Where does Semenya fit into all this? Okay. Track and field's been trying to deal with the issue for years, right? But it really became a hot topic with the emergence of Semenya in 2009. Go look her up. Semenya, then also an unknown teenager back then, she won gold in the 800 at the year's World Championships. Just 19 years old at the time, she appeared to be completely dominant in her race. And like I've said before, if you don't know who Semenya is, you need to look her up so you can understand this information that you're hearing. Look at her physical features and attributes. So world athletics spent the best part of the decade trying to formulate rules that would deal with this complex issue. So there's been multiple versions of the rules, but the latest, which was produced in 2018, refers specifically to female athletes with conditions known as DSDs. Differences of sex development is what it is called. Differences of sex development. So basically, they focus on athletes that were born with the typical male XY chromosome pattern, but also female characteristics, and who were identified as females at birth. So they're saying that this is the type of females they're focusing on. They were born with the XY chromosome pattern, but they also carry female characteristics, and they were identified as females at birth. I don't know if they're trying to say that these were really guys. These were really boys. These are men. These are males. Semenya was the first to publicly announce that she was affected by these rules. She also has been the most outspoken critic of them and has challenged the rules in 3 different courts. She lost cases at the Court of Arbitration for Sports and at the Swiss Supreme Court, and has now taken world athletics to the European Courts of Human Rights. So she's really fighting for this. Semenya says that the rules are discriminatory, and she refuses to manipulate her natural testosterone levels, meaning she has been banned from running the 800 meters since 2019 and was barred from defending her Olympic title in Tokyo this year, 2021. That is why we did not see Semenya there. Not because she didn't qualify to go, she was not allowed to compete. That's crazy. Okay, so what might happen next? World Athletics will have to consider including the 200 meters in the testosterone rules, although the governing body has conceded it may not have the scientific data to support a ban in races outside of the 400 to 1 mile range. I don't know what scientific information they have to back what they're doing now. If track authorities don't also regulate the 200, they will then open themselves up to more criticism that the rules were targeted at Semenya and now are being targeted at MBOMA and her running partner, and that they are inconsistent. The biggest takeaway may be this: Semenya is gone from the Olympic stage, and the highly controversial issue is still front and center. Listen, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I think that these rules are garbage. I think that these rules are definitely garbage. These females were born with female organs, carry female body parts, present themselves as females as they are. you test their body and you find levels of testosterone that are higher than what you call typical. Do you know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of beauty. Who says what is beautiful? You know? So for them to say, okay, this is the levels that we're going to have for females, and females cannot go above this level, when you were created naturally beyond that level. I just think they're dealing with a different species of people that they really don't understand their genealogical makeup, their physiological makeup, and they're actually trying to put them aside until they figure out that. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And I hope this brought some clarity to the people who are speaking a lot of negative about this young 18-year-old Namibian who just blazed on the scene and is doing tremendous things. Let's see where this goes. I'll meet you in the comment section. It's SouFLoTV. Catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.